Okay guys, welcome. Dan with E-Biking Adventures. Hey, look what we're riding today. The HJM Tri Hauler. This trike has got a 1,000-watt motor in the back, and it's got 6 gears. Great looking trike. Just do a walk around here. It's got turn signals, as you can see. It's got this back cargo basket. This is my basket I put in it. It's got your front basket. Great looking trike. So anyway, we're going to ride this thing and review it on a maiden ride. Here's my new license plate, YouTube E-Biking Adventures, Ohio, the best bike trails in the nation. Thought you guys would get a kick out of that one. So anyway, we're going to hop on this thing, and I really like the emergency brakes. They're up here by the handle. Little spring here you push, and that releases it. I'm waiting on a part to come in from Amazon, and I will be putting another battery on this thing probably tomorrow sometime. I'm waiting on an XT battery blender connector. I had to order off Amazon so I can blend these batteries together. Instead of 20 amp hours, it'll give me 50 amp hours. So it's going to extend my range for sure. I went ahead and put on my suspension seat post. That worked out very well. I'll be putting on bigger rotors on the front of this, probably 203 millimeter rotors to get better stopping power. So I'll be doing that as well. So anyway, we're just going to ride down to the park like we normally do. Do a separate video on drone coverage of it. And then I'll be reviewing this thing. Might have to adjust my seat back just a little bit. It kind of feels like I'm leaning forward just a little. So I'll have to adjust that on my next ride. This has a torque sensor, which I really like. I'm thinking about to put a couple handlebar stem risers on this as well. It's a little low for me, I think. And I've got this seat pretty much all the way down. But you really know how, you're not going to know how you feel till you get out and ride this thing. It's got really good torque. I think this trike may have 90 Newton meters of torque. I think I read that on their website. And I did de-restrict the speed limit. Now it'll do 25 mile per hour instead of 15. But that's what the factory set it out as 15, and I went ahead and extended that out to 25. I won't be riding at 25 much. I don't want to put any more undue pressure on those bolts and stuff that snapped off on me before. I don't think that would have a bearing on it. But with that said, I'm going to be a little careful on this thing on the first 2 or 3 rides for sure. Pretty quiet riding. I'm in pedal assist 4 right now, doing about 16 mile per hour. But I purchased this trike out of pocket. This trike was $25.99 plus tax. Now, it's got really good quality components on it. And again, it's got the torque sensor. And it's got the gears. Now, it's still $900 more than the Mooncool TK1. So to be honest with you, I'm not sure it's worth another $900 versus the TK1 by Mooncool. Just for my riding initial experience. This is a big trike, there's no doubt about that. We'll see if I can get up to 25 mile an hour. This trike is fast. 22, 23. Going a slight incline right here. 24. I know it'll do 25. I got up to about 24 with no problem. I found out the other day, or yesterday, I find this really comfortable riding in pedal assist 2 and 3, which is giving me a good workout even down in pedal assist 2. I'm only doing 15, 16 mile an hour, but I'm getting a good workout as well. I believe this one's got a 24-inch tire on the front and 20s in the back, but I'll double check that. This is not the official review today. This is just a maiden ride. And we'll only be doing about 12, 13 miles today. Bring this seat up just a little bit, folks, so bear with me. I'm going to raise this seat just a little bit. Got it just a little bit low here. And you got your little, here's my suspension seat post I got for it. So yeah, I'm going to raise it just a little. Hope that ain't too high. Let's see what that does. Actually, that didn't get real tight. That may go back down on me a little bit. Let me turn this bolt in just a little bit. See what that does. Tighten it up again just a little bit. All right, guys, let's see what that'll do there. I'm about to tighten that better when I get home. Had a little tipping issue right there, but I had to go around a great big bump. Did not see it. See how this thing had a slight tipping issue right there. And I wasn't going very fast either, so there's one nick against HJM right there. At the price point they're selling this Trike at, it should not be tipping at all. So yeah, so far, I'm not really impressed with this HJM Tri Hauler at all. I've reviewed a few of these trikes on my channel, and so far this one gets low marks from me. I'll be riding up this little hill here because that's where we're going to do the review at. A little bit of drone footage as well. Okay, let me get off this thing here. And I'll get my other camera out here and we'll talk about this as well. Okay, guys, let's talk about this HJM Tri Hauler Trike here. This is a 1,000-watt rear hub motor. Sits back here. And it's also got a 48-volt, 20-amp-hour battery that sits in the down tube. You just unlock this here and the battery falls forward. It's got, I believe, 24-inch tires on the front. And then we have 20-inch tires sitting in the rear. They're Kenda Crusades, which are really good tires. So those are some of your top-of-the-line tires, shall we say. It's got a double chain ring. I'll be changing this chain ring out to a bigger one, so I'm not ghost pedaling a little bit. I'm riding right now in 6th gear. But if I was climbing hills and things, I would bump that down a little bit to a lower gear. It's got pedal assist 1 through 5 on the display here. And then, of course, you can either just pedal it or go to assist and use the throttle and do a good job for you. So far on this trike, I'm not overly impressed, to be honest with you. For a trike that's retailing for $25.99 against the Mooncool TK1 that's retailing for $16.99, I have to say the Mooncool's a better trike, in my opinion. Now, I'm waiting on another battery blender so I can use the back battery. A buddy of mine up in New Hampshire said when he opened his plate off to get to all the controllers and wiring and stuff, it already had the battery blender in there. So I would not have had to order another battery blender so I can tie these two batteries together. So HJM, I don't know why you took that out of the control area down here. I guess maybe you're seeing people putting additional batteries on these that are a lot cheaper than what you're selling them at HJM. So you decided to take the battery blender out there so you couldn't hook up to this back battery unless you ordered the battery from you, and then of course you would go ahead and send the blender with you. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So yeah, I'm not really fond of that. It does have adjustments and lockout suspension on the front, and of course no suspension in the rear. Now it does have, bought a suspension seat post here. It does a pretty good job. This trike also has the rear cargo area. Now the gray basket I put on there separately, so I put that on there. The trike also has turn signals here. Let me show them to you, which are pretty cool the way they got them. Your left brake light goes on and then your turn signal, which is pretty cool. I do like that. Now they put their attachment to haul something on this back part of the frame, where the Mooncool TK1 sits under a little farther. But this is their little mounting point if you want to carry a car, child carrier, pet carrier, something like that. You can do that with this. It's got really good brakes on it as well. I got to give them credit for that one. And these are your emergency brakes. The only problem I have with these, you really got to hold these down pretty hard in order to get that to set. You almost need two hands to set these. Now I could adjust that lever in a little bit and it wouldn't be as hard, but I am going to put a stem riser in here. It's a little uncomfortable for me reaching where these handlebars are designed, so I will be putting in some stem risers there as soon as I can. But other than that, I mean, it's a really great trike. It is made out of aluminum. I really like that. The frame and everything's aluminum. That could be your additional cost right there. And again, it's got your 1,000-watt motor. I did not want their 500-watt motor that sit in the front. Now, I seen a guy the other day that owns this same trike. He had the 500. His chain was like really loose in the back, and it was actually rubbing on the frame. And HJM told him that was normal. So, it does have hydraulic disc brakes on all three wheels. There's the one on your front, and you can see the two rears here. So I'll be changing those out to probably bigger rotors as well. So anyway, that's a little bit about the HJM. Again, it is a torque sensor. I do like that part of this trike. I like that a lot. It does have a nice headlight in the front. It's got its own switch. And of course, it's got your brake lights in the rear. But yeah, guys, that's just a little bit about it. Here's your thumb throttle. Sits over here on the right side. And your horn, which I'm not fond of horns. You guys know that. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Is this thing worth $25.99 plus tax? I don't think so. Just at riding other trikes, I think it's overpriced. I am going to keep this and make some adjustments on this with the stem risers and a couple other things. Then I'll give you another review. But this is more of a maiden ride, so take it for what it's worth. I had to pay full price for this, so I would have said things one way or the other if they'd have sent this to me, or I would have purchased it. I would have given the same review, because a couple things on this thing I don't like. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Share, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will see you guys on the next video. Just a little still photo footage of the HJM Tri Hauler Trike, and we're just showing you what it looks like coming towards the camera and going away from it. I just wanted to get that kind of footage in for you guys. But yeah, it seems to be a really good trike to ride. I think it's, again, priced a little high at $25.99 at that price point. But with that said, yeah, it's a good trike. Okay, guys, let's talk about a little, couple little things that HJM could have improved at this price point at $25.99 on this trike. First, I think it should have bigger rotors. I think them are probably 160, maybe, yeah, I think they're 160 rotors, and I think at this price point, these rotors probably ought to be at 180 at the minimum, and even a 203 in the front and 180s in the back would have been really good at this price point. I think if you're going to charge $25.99, you need better rotors on here. Now, with that said, it's got hydraulic brakes on all three, which are really good as well. But I think bigger rotors would have been good. I think the Gemma brakes are really good quality brakes, but I just think we should definitely need some bigger rotors on this trike. Other than that, I think the seat should be improved. I don't think that the seat is really that comfortable at this price point. I did put a suspension seat post on this trike, so that did improve it some, but also I noticed that the trike for a shorter rider at 5.6 to maybe 5.5, I think is not, the trike should be shorter, maybe a 20-inch trike instead of 24-inch trike in the front with that wheel size, because I think a person 5'4", 5'5" is going to have a little difficult time riding this trike, even with a suspension seat post on there. So those are a couple of my thoughts. Other than that, I wish I would have seen a handlebar instead of the design on this where it kind of comes back at you. I would have liked to have seen maybe a straighter handlebar design on the front of this trike as well. Now, I think the speed is unrestricted to where you can do 25 on this. The change in the display, you can do that. But I think a 25 mile an hour, which I have it set at now, is a little bit too fast for an older rider such as myself at 72 years old or somebody older. I think that we probably need this trike toned down to about 20 mile per hour. Again, I had a little bit of tipping issues on this, and that's something very important for an older rider, that we don't want to see any tipping issues on this. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Put comments down there and I'll see if I can help you out.